Hello and very good evening to all of you. I'm Sheetal, here again in front of you with yet another live which is very relevant and helpful for your CUET exam. So, in the English language paper of the CUET exam, you'll get questions, a mix of questions. Questions will be there from RC also, based on parajumbles also, on the basis of sentence completion, I mean based on grammar. So be it fill in the blanks or finding the error in a sentence, they are related to grammar. And the third category, which is very important and have a good weightage, is vocabulary. So your vocabulary is going to be tested in that exam through different types of question. That is what we are going to do today. I will be discussing different types of question that is going to check your vocabulary, and we will see certain tricks of how to solve these questions. So we all know if we talk about learning the vocabulary, there is a sea of words. How many words can we gather? I know it becomes difficult, right? So one, yes, your preparation, your the words that you've accumulated is very important. But the second thing, when you're sitting in the exam and there comes a word which you have never heard about before, what are you going to do then? That is what we will see today. What kind of tricks at that point of time we can apply. So this is going to be very important. So stay tuned to the live and do not forget to like, share and subscribe the channel. So we will see certain vocabulary question and tricks. Now before starting this, what kind of questions do you get in the exam? If we make a rough estimate of the weightage, so you know that you will get questions on antonyms. Let's say you will get two questions from this, from the synonyms, two questions. You will get questions on analogies, let's say 2 to 3 questions, right? On idioms and phrases, again 2 to 3 questions, and some questions on spellings also, 2 questions. So roughly 10 questions will be there from the vocabulary. So now you know the significance of this area. So let's practice uh, each and every of these categories with some examples, and let's see if you'll be able to do these questions or not. So direction of the first question is mark the best option. So the question is visual is related to light in the same way as audio is related to. So it's a question of analogy. Analogy means drawing similarity or comparison between two things. तो जब हमें कोई एक पेयर दिया है क्वेश्चन में एंड वी हैव टू फाइंड आउट वन फ्रॉम द ऑप्शन, तो आपको पहले उसका स्ट्रक्चर डिकोड करना है उस पेयर का जो आपको क्वेश्चन में दिया है, एंड देन यू हैव टू टैली इट और फाइंड आउट वन सच पेयर और ऑप्शन जो एज इट इज उसी स्ट्रक्चर में फिट हो जाए. सो फॉर एग्जांपल व्हाट इज द स्ट्रक्चर हियर? टू सिंप्लीफाई इट you can write visual is related to light. Similarly, audio should be related to what? This is the form of analogy questions. So, audio is it related to voice, sound, drama, noise, or none of these? Let's see if you will be able to answer this one. Let's see who's going to answer this question. I'm going to give you a few seconds. Come on, drop in your answers, everyone. जैसे विजुअल लाइट वर्ड से रिलेटेड है, ऐसे ही ऑडियो किस चीज के लिए यूज होता है? राइट, सो इट इज रिलेटेड टू साउंड. जब हम साउंड की बात करते हैं तो द सेंस द सेंसरी मोशंस दैट वी हैव और द सेंसेस दैट वी हैव इज हियरिंग, स्मेलिंग, राइट, टेस्टिंग. सो इन दैट वे लाइट रिलेटेड है विजुअल से और ऑडियो रिलेटेड है साउंड से, नॉट वॉइस. वॉइस इज रिलेटेड टू स्पीच, नॉट साउंड. ड्रामा और नॉइस, ड्रामा इज आउट ऑफ कॉन्टेक्स्ट और नॉइस होता है शोर. So again, the connotation is different. Most appropriate answer should be sound here. I hope this one is clear. Let's move on to the next question. So these are analogy question we are doing, right? Iron is related to metal in the same way as brass is related to. तो iron हम सबको पता है कि एक टाइप का मेटल है. So what is the relationship here? अगर मैं इसे लिखूं, let's say I supposed iron is A, metal is B. तो A is to B का relationship क्या है? First we need to decode this. So we can say that A, that is iron, is a type of B. A is a type of B. अब इन्हीं variables में I'll try to put on some other option also. तो क्या मैं कह सकती हूँ brass is a type of iron? No, that's not right. दोनों ही अलग अलग elements हैं, right? Alloy. Now what is alloy? Yes, Dipanshi, your answer is absolutely right for the previous question. Let's see if you people will be able to answer this one. Is it related to copper or zinc? तो यहाँ पर हम क्या tricks लगाएंगे? Now, suppose you do not know the meaning of alloy, but you can see iron, copper, zinc. They are all elements. Obviously, there cannot be three answers. We have to take only one. So this is the smart way to answer these questions. जब आपको alloy का meaning अगर नहीं पता हो, but you know the rest of the words, you can easily do it by the elimination method, right? So zinc नहीं होगा, copper भी नहीं होगा, iron भी नहीं होगा. The only answer we are left with is alloy. Alloy is a mix of different elements. तो जो brass है वो एक तरह का alloy है. Let's see the next question now. Television is to cable as radio is to. Yes, Dipanshi, again you were absolutely right. तो अब अगर मैं फिर से television को कहूँ A, television is to cable, and B, and radio should be what? What should it be related to? A is to B. What kind of relationship it is? First of all, decode the relationship. So we can say B is helpful in the working of A. So similarly, what can you say about the radio? तो टेलीविजन के लिए हमें केबल चाहिए होती है, right? What about the radio? क्या हमें रेडियो के लिए टेलीविजन चाहिए या माइक्रोफोन चाहिए या प्लग चाहिए? Or can we say it's wireless? Think about it, Dipanshi. Again, good try, I would say. क्या हमें सिर्फ माइक्रोफोन चाहिए होता है? क्या हमें ऑडियो की जरूरत नहीं होती? क्या हमें सिर्फ इनपुट देना होता है उसमें? सोचो इस बारे में. So rather it should be television जो है वो केबल से connected होता है. Only then it gives us the information it is meant to give us. But radio is always wireless, right? That is what makes radio different from television. So answer should be wireless. So microphone is only about one aspect of it. Microphone नहीं बोल सकते हम, फिर तो हम speaker भी बोल सकते हैं, right? और जब wireless है तो again plug is not needed. With this, let's see one more question. अब इसका थोड़ा सा form different है, but then again it is analogy question. It is given in a simplified way. So this is how you write analogy question. Family is to child. Similarly, what kind of pair can you find a similarity in here? जैसे family और child related हैं, let's say A and B, ऐसे ही और कौन सा pair है जिसमें similar kind of relationship is there? So family, we know, is a group of members, all the family members, right? Child is the offspring. Similarly, क्या मैं बोल सकती हूँ कि pond is a group of fishes? No, right? तो ये नहीं होगा. Bunch and flowers, yes. Bunch is a group of flowers, but then flower is not an offspring. We cannot say it's an offspring. Wonderful, Dipanshi. Absolutely right. Again, it should be herd and calf. So herd is a group of animals, cattle, buffaloes, cows, whatever you say. And calf जो है, वो उसके offspring को हम name करते हैं, right? So it should be herd and calf. With this, let's see another question now. Let's read the direction first. Direction for the question: in the following question, choose the alternate which is opposite in meaning to the given word. So this is an example of antonym questions. Okay, let's see if you'll be able to answer this one or not. तो यहाँ पर जो हमें word दिया वो है superficial. So what is the meaning of this word? First thing, you need to know the meaning and then move on to see कि इसका opposite कौन सा word हो सकता है. Drop in your answers, everyone. Superficial. Superficial is जिसे हम कहेंगे बनावटी या जो सिर्फ when we only consider the surface, right? So looking at something superficially is कि आप उसे ऊपर ऊपर से देख रहे हो. So what should be the opposite of this? All right. So I think I should answer this one. Superficial is something where you only consider the outlook of something without going into the depth. So deep should be its opposite. I hope this one is clear. So artificial is in a way synonym to it, close to it. हमें ढूंढना है antonym इसका. We cannot say real because this is not fake. If it had been fake, then we could say real is the answer. Shallow is again something that lacks the depth. So again, this word is not related to it. The only option we are left with is deep. Next word is strew. Now, what is the meaning of this word strew? And you have options cleanse, weaken, scatter, and collect. Let's see. Your vocabulary will be tested now. No, the Panshi for the last one you said real. बेटा क्वेश्चन में सुपरफिशियल था, फेक नहीं था. अगर फेक होता तो रियल आंसर होता. सुपरफिशियल इज जब आप किसी चीज को सिर्फ सरफेस पे या उसकी आउटर अपीयरेंस पे देखो. डेप्थ इज व्हेन यू गो ऑन टू सी द डेप्थ आल्सो, the deep meaning also. Let's see this one now. Strew. Okay, I'll tell you the meaning of the word and then let's see if you'll be able to find out the answer. Strew means scatter or to scatter, when you scatter something. तो इसका opposite क्या होगा scatter का? The answer should be collect. So strew means when you scatter things, you already have a bunch, but then you scatter it. तो इसका opposite होगा collect. So bits and pieces, you collect it and put it together. It should be the opposite. Lackluster. So I hope you know the meaning of this word. But even if you do not know, let's see how wisely you will guess the meaning of this word. So to learn words, there are different ways. आप root words याद कर सकते हो. For example, anthropic word है. Anthrop means humankind. If you know the meaning of the word anthrop and you get the word philanthropy in your exam, you'll at least be able to guess that it is somehow related to humans or humankind. Philanthropy, misanthropy. So this kind of words. So पहली चीज है root words याद रखना. दूसरा है when you go on to associate and then remember the words. तो जब भी आप कोई नया word देखो, try to associate it with either people, image, events, anything, any kind of memory. तो वो आपके cognates में रह जाता है mind के and then you will easily be able to recall the same word and its meaning. तो lackluster. What is luster? When do we call a thing lustrous? When it is shiny, right? When it is radiant. So lackluster is something that is not lustrous, that is not radiant. तो इसका opposite क्या होना चाहिए out of these options? Superficial is out of the context. Courteous, complex, or vibrant. Lackluster is something that is dull. That is not original, you can say. That is dull, nothing significant is there about it. Its opposite should be very good, Dipanshi. Absolutely right. It should be vibrant. Vibrant is which is not dull, obviously. So it has different aspects. It is very appealing. It is very attractive. Something that is vibrant. I hope you will remember the word lackluster, जिसमें luster ना हो या जिसमें वो shine ना हो. Okay, so the direction is in the following question, choose the alternative which best expresses the meaning of the given word. So it means they are asking us a synonym which best expresses the meaning of the given word. Now we have to find out the synonym of this word, endorsement. So should it be imposition, endurance, award, or approval? What is it? Let's see if you'll be able to find out the answer. Endorsement. So endorsement is a noun. जिन words के पीछे MENT meant लगता है, they are most probably nouns. तो endorse word है, basic word, raw word. So what does endorse means? Endorse is agreeing for something, agreement, public or official agreement upon something. So what do you think? अगर मैं कहूँ इसका meaning endorse का है agree करना या agreement या, तो what should be the closest word? Okay, I have dropped in enough hints. Let's see if you'll be able to answer this one. Endurance nahi ho sakta. It shouldn't be award because you're not awarding anyone. Rather, officially or publicly, you are agreeing on something. It should be approval. जब किसी चीज को public official approval मिले, so we call it endorsement. Absolutely right. Again, Panshi, very good, wonderful. Keep it up. One more question of synonym. Salubrious. What does it mean? Is it miasmic? Is it unhealthy? Is it wholesome or delightful? We'll give you some time to answer this one. Okay, so you want me to repeat the previous one? I'll go back to it, Shubham, but first answer this one, please. Yes, salubrious. Salubrious is something that promotes health. So this is an adjective. जिसके पीछे IOUS लगे, that is an adjective. Salubrious environment, if I say, I would say the environment is very conducive for improving health. So what should be the closest meaning to this one? Should it be wholesome, unhealthy, or miasmic? Miasmic is noxious smell. So when you feel something has a bad odor, it is miasmic. So should it be unhealthy? It cannot be unhealthy. So these are negative words. And this is a positive word. The connotation of salubrious is positive. It promotes health. So it cannot be these two words. So what should be the right answer here? Salubrious should be delightful, right? Let's see the next. Okay, the previous one you wanted me to explain. Endorsement. Endorsement hota hai agreement, official agreement. And we have to find out its synonym, right, Shubham? So the answer should be approval of something. When you publicly agree on something, that is providing the approval, it is known as endorsement or endorsing something. Artifact. So artifact, an object that is, here you have to tell me the meaning of this word, or in a way you can say you have to find out the synonym of the word. Artifact. Let's see who's going to answer this one, Shubham or Dipanshi. So artifact को आप कैसे याद रख सकते हो? By the association method. Something that is artificial. And something that is artificial is man-made. Something that is not natural. So the answer should be man-made. तो fake नहीं कहेंगे. Fake has a negative connotation. Here we are not providing the negative connotation. Rather, we are just talking about something which is in the natural form. And opposite should be something that is not in natural form, but rather man-made. So man's intervention is there in it. It should be man-made. Elaborated, elaborately decorated is out of the context again. नेचुरल नहीं होगा और फेक नहीं होगा, इट शुड बी मैन मेड. नेचुरल इसका ऑपोजिट है और फेक बहुत ही एक्सट्रीम है. Moving on to the next question, replace the italicized portion by choosing the phrase from the given alternative that best keeps the meaning of the original sentence. So this question is based on idioms. Idioms and phrases, again you will get question 2 to 3 questions from these. Idioms and phrases are words that are phrases that you'll have to remember as it is. A group of words which has been there in conventional use and there is some meaning to it. जैसे हिंदी में हमारी कहावतें होती हैं और मुहावरे होते हैं. Similarly in English you have idioms and phrases. They've been in use conventionally and they have some significant meaning of their own that you need to remember. So try to remember them, try to go by the list of phrases and try to employ them in your day-to-day life, in your speech, and you'll definitely remember the words. The researcher had to mull over his idea for several days. So this portion is italicized. Mull over his idea for several days. If you are given the idiom or the phrase like this in a context, then it's really easy to answer these questions because you can take hint from the question itself. So this person, the subject of the sentence, he's a researcher. Definitely he's not going to ignore certain thing. He's going to think about it. He's going to work on it, anything that he's researching on. So saying that it was a researcher is proof enough that he's definitely going to work hard towards it. So the researcher had to mull over his idea for several days. And when it is idea, again you have another hint. जब आपके दिमाग में कोई आइडिया है, आपके माइंड में कोई आइडिया, तो आप क्या करेंगे उसके बारे में? To organize his idea for a number of days, to remember his idea for several days, to scrutinize his idea for many days, or to ponder over his idea for several days. Let's see who's going to answer this one. Okay, Dipanshi, you've already answered. Wonderful. Great. Yes, Shubham, what do you think? What should be the right answer to this one? Scrutinize is in-depth or critical study of something. So it's not about critical study, rather it's related to thinking. So ponder is when you give deep thought to something. So pondering over something is, you can say, mulling over something. So right answer should be D. So yes, Dipanshi, you were absolutely right. It should be D. Moving on to our last question. The customer care executive goes an extra mile to discuss the benefits of the special scheme. Goes an extra mile. What does this mean? अब यहाँ कस्टमर केयर एग्जीक्यूटिव को डिस्कस करने हैं बेनिफिट्स अपनी स्पेशल स्कीम के. तो contextually, what meaning can you find out from this that he goes an extra mile? Now, literally, he is not going the extra mile. How can you apply it on this particular case? Is it does more than expected? Shies away from physical labor. Shies away to nahi hoga. It has a negative connotation. Going an extra mile, be it literally or be it in the form of idiom, is a positive phrase. Makes no effort, again negative. तो जो negatives हैं आप उनको eliminate कर सकते हो. None of the above is the last choice. So what should be the answer to this one? Come on, the last one. Yes, absolutely right, Dipanshi and Shubham. Great work. It should be does more than expected. So going an extra mile than required would be giving in extra labor, giving in extra hard work and effort. So I hope you got some idea about what kind of questions you can get in your exam. I'll be discussing questions based on spellings also, and will be coming up with more idioms and phrases for your practice. And for your reference, if you want to do the concepts first, I have made other videos also before this based on vocabulary, on spellings, idiom phrases, and antonyms and synonyms and analogies. A separate video on that also. So try seeing those videos first, and then it will again become very easy for you. If you want to be connected with more such awesome content, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe the channel. Thank you so much. Keep smiling, keep shining, and keep studying.